So we just got the number here. Reaction looks positive, breaking above 135. Starting to really get going here. Very nice move, moving through these 135s. New all-time highs for Apple. See if it can stay above 135 here now. Nope, whacked them out. Back into the 33s. She is whipping around every which way here. I'm bidding for some shares at 133. Bidding 133 for 4 shares. I did fill. Place a sell order at 137 if it can get there. 100K ask at 134. Taking that ask out, pop back above 34, nice job. See if you can get back above 35s. 35 is key. Nice job. Well, couldn't get above it, tried to. I want to stay up here. I exited my position at 134.55. Didn't like the slight stall out around 135. Looks like it's going to try and get back above it here though. But for now, all out 134.55 from that 133 entry. Could have given it an extra second as you did pop back above 35 here. So doing a good job trying to get stability above 135. If you can start holding this 135, that's going to bring 137 to 140 into play. Here you go, testing 36s here. Couldn't move through those 36s. So we continue to see pivots around this 135 level. Let's see if you hold it here on this back test. If you whack out 135s, I think she could come back into the 133s, but as long as you're holding 135, there's going to be more upside potential here. Trying like hell to defend these 35s. Alright, couldn't do it, whacked them out. See if you can pop back above it or not. At this point, looks like 33 is going to come back into play. Although you're still hanging right around 35. So, you know, obviously still a ton of time left here. Still got to go through the conference call. We saw last week with Amazon, you know, she went up to 420, down to 370, ended up opening in the 430s. So not even going to try and guess where this Apple is going to settle out or where it's going to be tomorrow morning. But what I am going to make a note of already is that this 135 is showing a lot of pivots. All right. 135 is showing pivots. It looks to be an important round level here. Well, that's probably the short-term fireworks. Need to either get below 133 for downside or get above and hold 135 to bring upside back in this thing. I had a sweet-ass fill, though. I printed that 133 and didn't ever see it go below it. I got a nice fill on that. Starting to get more pressure here. Testing 34s. So a lot of dip buying though on these bids. Alright, so putting this thing into grander perspective, and you know, everything I'm going to say is subject to change once I see where it's at later this evening. But in the meantime, 135 looks to be the pivot. If you can hold above 135, I'm looking for upside towards 136 and in that 137 range. Below 135 and key range is 134 to 133, and then today's close of 132.65 will be key support. That'll be the gap fill. And beneath that you had afternoon lows around 131.15. So Apple overall looks good and is a buy on dips versus 130 if it gets back there. New all-time highs look to be in play, with 140s being realistic in my view. 140s are realistic. We're only going to be 5 points away, and again, you know, who knows where we'll end up. Below 130 and she can sell back towards 127 to 125. A key pivot point that I want to mention other than 135 is just 133. That is your all-time closing high before today. Alright, so going to be watching pivots on that 133 level. That was my reasoning for taking that entry that I did. So, alright guys, that's what I got. You know, if you want to keep watching Apple, go ahead. I mean, you are going to get more action here, but, you know, I've got other things, other work to get done. And I'll, like I said, monitor it throughout the evening, see where it closes at 8 p.m. tonight once the after hours session ends, and then obviously where we at pre-market leading up to the opening bell. Alright guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck.